Well, this certainly is a new year, and we're coming up on, I think, 3 years when we first did our test recordings for the podcast. That feels pretty cool. I really appreciated lately the friends, community, and fellowship I get thanks to gaming and all of this here. It makes new and daunting things easier when I've got company, like all of you. So all of you playing and sharing this game in some form or another, whether it's by listening or playing your own games at home and letting us know about it, that makes things feel better for me and for all of us. So I just want to say thanks for people who are doing that. Thanks for people who are reaching out and sharing about that with us. It hasn't shown up on air yet because, believe it or not, we're actually slightly ahead on recording. But anyone who's emailed us recently has probably heard from Ryan, our newly dubbed Live to Die mail guy. Sharing this experience with all of you is really awesome. And I know I've said that a lot, but just thank you. It means a lot to me. If you want to do more, and you're already doing so much, there are a few free ways you can help us. You can rate and review the show on your podcast app or apps of choice. Follow us on social media or email us at livetodiepodcast@gmail.com. That's livetodiepodcast@gmail.com, where you'll probably hear from the Live to Die mail guy, Ryan. He's really doing a lot of work to stay on top of the emails there. If you really, really want to go beyond that, you can support us on Patreon, where we share behind-the-scenes conversations and other recordings. We've got the How We Built the Kingdom and some Kingdom Turns. We've actually recorded more Kingdom Turns, but we're holding on to those until releasing them won't have massive spoilers for what's going on. And we've also had some really good fun times getting the community's help naming some things around the kingdom. Also, as a part of our Patreon, each month we shout out one supporter at the Called Shot tier or higher. This month, that's Roger W. Thanks, Roger, for your support, your time listening, sharing in the hobby with all of us here. Us getting this to air, us keeping this podcast going is because of the support of you and other patrons. So if you want to, and there's no pressure, you can check out our Patreon at www.patreon.com/livetodiepod. That's patreon.com/livetodiepod. So thank you all. You make things better. And now, more than ever, be nice, roll dice, and enjoy this episode of Live to Die.
Roll dice, be nice, and stay tuned. This is the Live to Die podcast.
Much like that friend of yours who's only on Reels and gets you a meme 2 months after it's been prevalent on TikTok, I'm going to ask all of you a question that was an internet thing, I think like a month or so before this recording. So by the time it airs, it's going to be thoroughly like past its prime. But are all of you familiar with just Little Treat? You know? Little Treat?
No, I thought you were just the concept.
Yeah, like the concept of like just a little treat, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like when you want to get yourself a little treat, you know what it might be?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm curious, Ryan, have you
As he's eating the treat.
Yeah, he's demolishing these peanut clusters, which we can do another round of if you guys want.
Oh,
So
well,
the nice
now
thing-
I need to eat one before
Anybody?
they're gone.
Yeah. So the nice thing about a little treat is that it doesn't have to be food. A little treat could be anything. But I'm curious. Well, I want to go around the table. We'll do clockwise again. What is your character's little treat?
Oh.
And then what is you as a person? Like what's a little treat that you'd like? It doesn't have to be like the best or your favorite, but what's a little treat that you'd treat yourself to? And what's a little treat you think your character would treat themselves to?
Nikolai, probably some kind of like cake that he used to sneak when he was a kid from his mom or some shit like that.
Brevoy chocolate cake.
Yeah.
Wow.
For some reason
Brevik baklava.
Oh shit.
Breviklava.
Baklava. Reklava.
That's press that button. Yes. I need it.
Yes.
And
Oh,
it's
that's a
gone.
good throw.
Across the room.
Jason's little treat, and we were talking about this earlier about like the ADHD neurodivergent need to have a million drinks. So mine's always I always have to get a drink when I'm out.
Okay. I've also seen it described as like the feminine urge to just have 5 glasses in front of you.
Honestly, that
Wow.
applies to me too. So whatever.
It's okay. You can be in touch with your feminine side.
I'm very.
All right, Jared, Lucky, little treat.
Um,
Just like a new townhome for Lucky. To
alone time.
For both of you?
Yours
or
by
lucky?
himself. That's both. But
Oh,
also,
okay.
I saw
But
this
also
video that
lucky.
was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And it was like a fucking minute.
yeah, yeah.
minute.
It's true, man. Things are busy. So when you have, I did this to myself with 4 children. Well, what can I say?
Sure.
4 children, 2 podcasts.
It's all fun and games at the first.
Coaching,
6
a
wives.
job.
Yeah.
Bro.
For me, I would say yes, alone time. Probably gaming, just in general. I've done more towards the end of this year
Mhm.
than I have in a while, so that's been nice. And like, I don't like spending money, unless I have to.
Just like Lucky.
So yeah, it's true. Just playing myself. No, so like when I actually do buy a game, it's like kind of a big deal to me for like a treat to treat myself, because I try not to do that.
Did I see the other day that you were playing on Discord Hades?
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
playing
He's been
Hades
playing that
lately.
a lot. Yeah.
Dude, it's so good.
It is good.
We talk about this like once every recording session.
Yeah,
Hades. I feel like
it's
I
a
have to
great
check
game.
it out.
It's fun.
Great
I know.
Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
It's great. Their depiction, like the art's great. The Greek gods, especially if you've ever liked Greek mythology, like their depiction of the gods is so delightful because it's what's great about those gods, but also what makes each of them kind of a fucking shithead is all on
Yeah.
just full display. Like I know I've mentioned this before, but just when you start getting boons from one god, the other gods will start commenting on it. So like, especially all of the like first generation brothers fucking hate each other,
Yeah, yeah.
and like all of Zeus and Poseidon's pissing matches it's amazing.
It's funny. It's good. And yeah, it's I think I've done like 40 some runs and I've won once. So
I still haven't
I'm
won
just
at
not
all.
very good at it.
Correct.
Apparently.
No, that's the general experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I've done, I think, more than that. And I still remember the first time I thought I beat Hades.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
streaming to Ike. I set my controller down. I'm like, I'm going to go take a break, go to the bathroom, come back. I'm like, cool to go see the post-credit scene. Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a whole new level of unlockable things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And I knew because I told Trent like last time we were recording, it was like, I almost beat it, man. And he's
And I
like,
was like,
oh, no,
yeah,
you didn't.
and no, you didn't.
I was like,
Aw.
You did not.
okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. You think you did. You did not.
I did not.
All right, Ryan. What about for you and Jonas? Just a
Jonas
little treat.
considers himself somewhat of a minor geologist, like Andy Dufresne from The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
And I think now that we have a home, and this is probably the first place that he's like considering sitting down for more than just a little while. He's more of a traveler before now. Whenever we go to a new place, he gets a rock and he carves it. So he's got
Ooh.
like a little tower, and then he's probably got like a mushroom stalk and maybe one of a flame drake and then one of the dwarven ruins or something like that.
Damn.
And he's decorating his space because he's like, this is my space, and I'm going to put this stuff here instead of like keeping it in the box and like hidden away. He's actually displaying it because now I live here now.
Aw.
He has
Yeah.
knickknacks.
Yeah,
You
knickknacks.
got like little precious moments everywhere.
Yeah.
Keep them at your cubicle.
I thought it was going to be rock candy.
Yeah, no,
That'd be
it's like,
cool,
yeah.
too.
That's good too.
I really like breakfast burritos.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
true.
That's a good
Ryan
choice.
is a breakfast
I
Yes.
burrito
freaking
whore.
love breakfast burritos. I
You moved
really,
to the
really
right
love
place.
it. Yeah, and I think part of moving here is part of like that new rekindling. And if I'm for like, I volunteer at my daughter's school, and they do like a creek walk every Monday, and so
Mhm.
probably 4 or 5 times a school year I'll go and chaperone the creek walk. And I drop her off at school at 8:05, and then I don't have to be back till 9:30. And I'm like, it's fucking breakfast burrito time. Like that's my like my go-to. And I try like there's Jefes and Viva burritos, probably my go-to. We tried the Laredo taco today.
The one in 7-Eleven.
The one in 7-Eleven today.
Recommend a sauce, but it's
yeah.
not bad.
It's really big for $7.
Hope your guys'
that was
bathroom
kinda
is
'cause-
clean.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking
Yeah.
about. We're
Yeah,
going
we
to
were
die
talking
like
about
halfway
it.
through
Yeah.
it.
They ate 7-Eleven
yeah.
burritos.
Yeah, really simple coffee, like a nice coffee. I generally
Honey latte.
drink coffee at home, but if I go out, I'm very basic. I get a honey latte almost every time. So, so like a nice coffee and a breakfast burrito. And January, we need to plan something for the Nuclear Mr. Drill. Breakfast burritos and honey lattes is coming up.
That sounds so cute.
Mm-hmm.
Real quick. Nolan is in the Fortnite tournament today,
Oh, wow.
and they made it to the next round.
Hey,
wow.
let's go.
Congrats.
He got 199th out of 15,000.
Wow.
Damn.
Shit.
And if the next round, if you make it in the top 100, you get 50K.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
Whoa,
Shit,
let's
yeah.
go.
If you make
Let's
it
go,
to the
bro.
next round, you get 50,000.
If you make it in the top 100
In the
in
next
the
round.
next round, you get 50K.
Damn.
The winner is 8 mil.
What? That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm in the wrong career.
Let's
I know,
go,
right?
Nolan.
Let's go,
yeah.
Nolan.
Let's go, Nolan. See you, Denver. I'm gonna quit and play Fortnite.
You get to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you get to be like, all right, now you get to learn about taxes.
Yep.
Yeah.
First, there's dad tax.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, dude, dad taxes for real.
Mm-hmm.
Trent, you just got that new computer built. Do we need a?
Yeah.
We're too old to be good at Fortnite. We're
No.
too slow.
You know, yeah, there's no
I feel
way.
like that's true for
Although
me.
I think they mostly took out like the building aspect of it,
I don't know. I feel like I've seen.
probably just to make the olds be a little bit better at
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Um,
All right. What's you and Arthur's little treat?
so I personally I have two treats.
Okay.
One I very rarely get, which is a ballpark hot dog.
Ah.
Oh my god.
Chicago dogs or Seattle
It
dogs.
is just like perfection.
Okay.
And then if I get a treat for myself, I usually just get hot tamales. I love me some hot tamales.
Nice.
No, would you consider
Um,
that more of a treat over? Well, I guess coffee's not a treat for you. It's a baseline.
Oh, coffee's like a necessity.
7-Eleven has tamales too, if you're interested.
Ooh.
No, when you say hot, do you mean the candy hot tamales?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry.
I thought you
Oh.
meant tamales.
I do
like
love
tamales.
just tamales.
They had
Yeah, those
a
are
whole
good too.
case of different kinds of tamales. I was like, this is pretty dope.
The place we went for lunch last time
Oh yeah.
also has tamales by the dozen. So you just show up and grab a dozen.
Oh dang.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
place does. It's good. It's got good shit.
Yeah. There's
right.
also another place nearby. I digress. I think for Arthur, it's like painting rooms a nice beige. It is, you know,
Some fish on a stick.
I think he,
Oh.
yeah, obviously fish on a stick is like a go-to.
He puts Cajun seasoning on it if he's really feeling froggy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he likes to make, you know, like paper cranes in his free time. Because that's the only origami he knows how to make. And you know, a nice pair of socks.
Have you seen that interview with the guy who plays Abed from Community? Being
Yeah.
interviewed by Larry David.
I'm
He's
on
like,
DuckTales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Larry, I'm
Okay.
on DuckTales.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen it, the guy who plays Abed is being interviewed by Larry
Larry
King.
by Larry King.
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, what's a way that you like to treat yourself?" And he's like, "Just like a really nice pair of socks." He's like, "No, that's not what I mean." He's like, "Okay, well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you know,
A
like
luxury. I think he's like, what's a luxury, for you?
He's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, like a really nice pair of socks." And then Larry King's like, "No, that's not what I mean." And so the actor's
Larry's like a jet or something.
like a
that.
private plane.
Like a private plane. He's like, Larry, I'm on DuckTales. Yeah.
That's a favorite moment. All right, Lauren, what do you think Laku's little treat is? And what's a little treat that you like?
So
A worm.
Laku, if we'll get to more backstory at some point, but Laku works in a cidery, and so her
Ooh,
little treat is a caramel covered apple with a worm in it,
Nice.
dang.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
and
Like a margarita worm.
I mean, it could just be a normal worm. She's
Oh, okay,
a
okay.
bird, so.
That is true. That's true.
And my little treat is I love a coffee and a pastry.
Mm.
Like if I can, basically every weekend I'm out getting a nice latte and then like a scone or a bear claw.
Oh,
I
Just
pull out
Danish.
apple cider donuts from New England.
oh yeah,
I
apple cider
fucking miss
donuts.
that
Those
shit
are the
so bad.
best.
that's a solid list. Since I don't have a character, I'll just do two little treats for myself. I love getting kombucha. Oh, Jason's.
You have to pick an NPC.
How about you
Ooh.
pick an NPC for me?
Arthur's
Knock
mom.
knock.
I'm kidding. Yeah, knock knock.
Knock Knock seems to be the go-to. Okay, I think if
He's the most unhinged.
Knock Knock were to have just a little treat, I feel like it'd be like what's something he'd get himself?
Red Bull.
The blood of
A
his
monster.
enemies.
Big
yeah,
monster.
I think no, because here's the thing. Because remember, what Knock Knock really wants is to be a hero, right? So I think Knock Knock's little treat is that like he like gets himself something he thinks looks cool. Like I think he's kind of like on the edge of it. Like you don't want to give yourself a nickname, but I think when he wants to treat himself, he like gets that like cool new sword belt he saw
Mm.
at the leather workers. Like he treats himself a little bit. I think he kind of treasures it, but he's probably a little embarrassed to talk about it publicly. But he knows that he's like he wants to look like this idea of a hero that he has.
It's like you desperately want somebody to comment on the new thing that you got,
Yeah.
I think for him, it's not that he wants to comment. I think that like
at least to notice it.
yeah, like he wants to be this hero. So like sometimes he'll treat himself and just get like some new armor. Like I honestly, I've imagined ever since Arthur's gotten that blessing to have like the polished armor. Like
Sure.
Knock Knock's like, you know what? I'm worth it. I'm going to get some new armor polish, or like
Amazing.
I'm going to replace the straps in my breastplate or something, you know?
For some reason,
love
I
that.
just imagined Nick Knock Knock as like eastbound and down, like shaved with the
Yeah.
Oakley's on.
Yes.
And he's like, sup.
You're fucking out.
Is Knock Knock now played by
Danny McBride.
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
man.
Oh man.
It's kind of great if he is.
So for me, I love, like, sometimes it can be a little expensive because there's a really good kombucha place out of Fort Collins that does a kombucha I really like called Life's a Booch, and it's like a little pricey sometimes, but I love a good kombucha
Mm-hmm.
as a treat. And to take it back to last episode, we mentioned the Concealed Santa. Ever since I started playing cards again, I love like opening a booster pack as a treat. It's like
Yeah.
such a fun adult treat. And Trent got
Do
me
you want to go open one?
some packs. I'm not going to
We do
open
it
packs
right
on
now.
air.
Okay.
We're not that kind of shit.
Okay, okay.
We can record some TikTok content between it of like cracking packs here.
I got you. It's a booster bundle. Is that right?
Yeah, from
Um,
Duskborn, which
yeah.
is a fucking dope ass set. Like
The-
honestly, my favorite limited set to draft in the last 2 years. Hands
Awesome.
down.
Art on the front of the box is really cool.
It's a some
Yeah.
people. It's interesting. I won't take it. We're going long, so I won't make it too much longer. It's a set that the aesthetics are very divergent from the traditional Magic the Gathering aesthetics
Mhm.
because it's sort of an 80s horror
Yeah.
vibe. And so there are some people who were really bothered by how different it looked. Of course, they're now in for a real
What?
big
No
cup
way.
of shut the fuck up
Yeah.
because
There's
well,
like
no,
a whole fucking Lord of the Rings set. Shut the hell
yeah, well,
up.
but Lord of the Rings still looks very classic fantasy. However, since then, they've announced that the Spider-Man set coming out this spring is
Yeah.
going to be standard legal. So like everyone can suck it, and all
Yeah,
of a sudden
yeah.
Duskborn
Yeah.
doesn't look that bad. Additionally, the thing that was really fun to hear is like even a lot of the bigger personalities or like players that were like, I don't really love this aesthetic, all agreed that the design on that set was so good. They're like, yeah, I mean, I don't love the design, but like, or like, I don't love the visuals, but fuck the mechanics. This whole set is so well designed. I'm over it. So
I'm mostly just hoping that you get an incredibly badass card.
yeah, I mean,
I
just-
know it's like a 1% chance to get like a legendary mythic or whatever the fuck it is, but I believe.
I mean, look, there's a lot of good stuff to crack in Duskborn. Screaming Nemesis is currently running like $36 a card. Most of the Overlords run somewhere between $4 and $9. There's a whole cycle of Overlords. The Enchantment Enduring Creature cycles are all super solid, similarly priced. So, good shit. All right. But I think the thing that it's really time for us to enjoy opening is this adventure to see where this cavern
owl's
system goes.
chest.
I thought you were going to say the owlbear.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, fuck, that's a
we
little
did cut
grim.
its stomach open.
Yeah.
Oh, we did?
We're a group.
I patched it, so I get credit.
That's
we all,
true.
We all work
I mean,
together.
I got help from both sides of the table on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You puke like a champ too.
Yeah, thanks.
exactly.
You puke like a champ,
Also,
Arthur.
I wanted to say when
Knock,
you were
knock.
like,
It's going to be like,
there's like
to be a hero, I have to puke now.
there's like fish heads. I imagine that Arthur is the kind of person that eats too fast and doesn't swallow his food all the way.
Yeah, sure. He
So,
just
yeah.
He would.
swallows the fish heads in,
Yeah,
in
he's just like,
particular whole.
So let's bring us back to this giant fucking room. Because you all came in here pretty quickly a whole recording session ago. So let's say that the ceiling of this huge cavern,
Oh yeah, this thing
arches-
killed his mom too.
30 feet into the air. A murky pool of water stands the southern portion of the cavern in front of a narrow passage, just a little more than a crack that opens in the wall. Wider, sloping tunnels lead out of the cave to the west, which is where you entered from, and to the northeast. A jumble of bones, rock, fur, and feathers sit piled against the eastern wall, some combination nest and refuse pile.
Another pile of bird and feathers and fur lays right in the fucking middle.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Owlbears.
Wow.
That's not in the description?
No, you know what? That's
Really weird.
This was written before Arthur disemboweled it, actually. So it's a
Oh.
little dated now.
Okay.
We'll have to wait for the remaster.
Arthur is currently very angrily cutting its head off.
Oh, that's right. You're handling this with some lack of grace.
Yeah.
What's everyone else doing in this room?
Go ahead,
Uh,
Arthur.
I think Laku's watching him and she's just like, you're going to disembowel yourself more if you keep doing that.
Yeah, I mean, I do think there's like blood. Maybe he has like still something from his stomach is still bleeding a little bit. And like every swing, there's like a little bit more blood just pouring from it.
Yeah. You're messed up.
Oh, you know what Lucky's doing. He's looking for booty.
Looking for loot.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, let's see. You're doing that. Jonas and Nikolai, anything in particular? Nikolai, you said something, but I already forgot. I'm very
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm gonna go and try to patch Arthur up. Maybe even do a little bit of like, calm down.
You good, bro?
Yeah, like it's okay.
I'll probably congregate nearby as well, kind of waiting for an opportunity to step in and speak, but like obviously reading the room,
Yeah.
as it were.
I think tears are sort of pouring down Arthur's face while he does this.
Nikolai, what do you say to Arthur?
I think I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm just like I'm going to check you out. I'm going to try to patch you up.
Do you want help?
Yes.
Okay. He like walks over and grabs him to try to like stop him.
And
She's
I
not
think
very strong,
I'm
but
gonna like get in front of you at some point, like maybe you're like hacking at the head, and I like step in front of you and I'm like, Arthur, it's okay, it's over now.
And I think he just sort of slumps down, sits down, and just starts to cry.
Okay. And then I heal you for 21 hit points.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
now is that a treat wounds or was that a heal?
Treat wounds.
Okay.
All right. So, Lucky, you're checking this space out.
Mhm.
Over by the beast's nest, kind of hidden behind it, you find a mangled human body. Like, absolutely messed the heck up.
I know, right?
Oh man, dude.
All right, well, check that out. Familiar? Question mark?
It's not familiar, but there's
That's
some
good.
things on the body, if you're
I
interested
will
in
take
that.
those.
It's Chester Copper.
This is evidence.
You find a map of
This
the
has to go into my personal locker.
You find a map of the green belt on the body.
What?
Mm.
It's north of the Bible Belt.
It must be a somewhat recent map. Looks like it wasn't like bought somewhere. It looks like it's been made, which would make sense. But you see this owlbear's nest is marked on it. You do see Shatter Shield marked on it, not like with the big arrows pointing or anything, but it is
Yeah,
recent
yeah.
enough to have Shatter Shield on there, and in the range. Body though absolutely destroyed. There are some little notes. You can almost barely make out a name on the map.
Oh, yeah. What's it say?
EIRIKK.
Iric?
Eric.
Eric.
That sounds really familiar.
It does. Can Jason roll a recon?
Who was
knowledge?
the map guy that made us the map? And then we found another map in the Dwarven stronghold as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that we know this person, but I don't remember from where.
Someone want to give me an intelligence check.
I'm not very smart.
Who's in
Me
New
neither.
girl.
No, an intelligence check to remember your memories. I don't think Laku can remember previous podcast
Are you
episodes.
smart?
I was gonna say I would help if I could.
We're gonna describe his face, and you tell
Actually,
me who he is.
So you know what, investigator? Well, what what's the knowledges? What lores do you have?
Tengu lore and farming lore.
Awesome.
You
know
know
what?
right in.
Give me a farming lore check.
Oh.
Would this fall under my path builder? Shut. Just a second.
Ooh, it's a
Oh,
good roll.
That's
that
a
is a
great
good roll.
roll. 29.
It does sound kind of familiar. You do know that there was you'd heard tale. You probably actually would have known this from some of your own circles. There's a trapper, like sort of that was known by that name, who kind of works in this region, like a bandit, a bandit trapper, sort of.
Is that the werewolf's name?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
That you remember Kundal, who was a trapper, had the name Eric
Yeah.
on a delivery receipt
On the
That's
receipt.
right.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
a few creatures.
So he was trying to capture this
Yeah.
beast.
And so you'd heard some tales in the last year
Poacher.
or so about
Mhm.
this like kind of brigand who seemed to have some talent and like with trapping or command, like bringing creatures under their control and like using them in some raids, which was a little interesting to you, but
Was he the this is
sure.
outside knowledge, but was he the guy that was like looking for that boar?
No.
Oh, okay.
Good question though.
I tried.
You do find a few other things on his body, Lucky,
Oh,
in
okay.
addition to the map. His gear is there. Chain shirt. It's pretty mangled, but could be repaired easily and sold at full value. Well, sold for normal value.
Okay.
Chain shirt. +1 striking longsword. So,
Striking rune.
Yeah. You take those. 2 + 1. I'm just going to go ahead and roll some of these things over. 2 + 1 throwing axes. That's nice.
Cool.
A jar of lesser anti-plague.
A jar.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sometimes you want to spread it on. A little peanut butter, a
Sure,
little
sure.
anti-plague.
I imagine it tastes like what's that horrible tasting
Marmalade?
Marmite? Yep.
Or Marmite.
Marmite.
Marmalade's
I bet
actually
that's what
quite
it
good.
tastes like.
Our-
Nope, that's not true,
Our
James.
one
You lied.
Australian
No, marmalade.
listener
Oh, I
is
thought
furious.
marmalade. Yes,
Marmalade is gross
awful.
too.
Nope.
Wow.
I've actually never had marmalade
you can,
ever
you
in
can
my
leave.
life.
Oh,
Ever.
Marmalade
can
is like an
leave.
orange
Yeah.
thing. It's
Have
really
you-
good.
Have you ever eaten the orange sauce out of the bottom of the Chinese food container?
mm.
It's
Oh, is that
that.
what it tastes like?
It's pretty much that.
I'm in.
Less sour.
I was just going to ask, are owlbears known to have plague?
Not normally.
Okay.
Let's see. A vial of lesser antitoxin.
Cool.
2 lesser smoke sticks. Moderate tanglefoot bag. Moderate thunderstone.
Elaborate
Tanglefoot,
smoke
nice.
stick.
What's that?
What's a smoke stick?
It's exactly what you think.
Mm-hmm.
You
Think
pop
smoke-
it and it creates smoke.
Oh,
like
I
a
was
smoke
thinking it was
grenade.
a cigarette.
Oh,
I was gonna
no.
light it.
Oh, sure.
If I was allowed to talk about it, I would say that this is what that one guy used to escape this last week.
Let's see.
It's
then,
Batman tool.
Then there's 3 gold, 4 silver pieces, but you do notice an odd ring on this person's finger.
I
Seem-
can't do that.
Whoa.
There's magic. Read aura. You want to read aura on this thing?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's magical. Enchanted
the-
of some kind.
Yeah.
Give me, this will be a secret check. Let's what's you use nature on this, John?
Plus
Sure.
10.
Plus 10, Jason?
13.
Plus 13 from Jason. Wow, Jason's even
Wow.
better.
Rastal, baby.
Okay, wait. I got this.
Don't.
You have labels on them.
Reading is hard.
Terrible read. Terrible read.
This ring seems to be made from a lock of green hair.
Oh, snap.
Mm.
And it's woven. Everyone on the table is giving faces, but
We're
it
all
doesn't
looking at
translate well
Jane.
to radio. And it's woven around several small gemstones. There is something a little odd about it that you can't fully place as well. You do in general know that things of like biological origin, hair and stuff, is particularly easy to track by spells like scrying. But you don't know who that might belong to.
Well, we think it's the witch, right? The hag.
You've
Maybe.
never seen her
The
have
switch
green
We've never
hair.
seen her hair. Have we?
Elga.
Oh.
Elga,
Elga.
you're talking about,
Elga.
other than the picture, I think her hair's black. But we've
Elga.
found green hair before.
Yeah.
On
We
the
found it at
on
the
the
Stag
Stag
Lord. Yeah.
A lock of green
Stag
hair.
Lord had it.
Here's the
Mhm.
further thing that you know, though. However, Jason, Nikolai, feel like you would not want to try to use this hair as the origin for a scry spell. Like if you feel like if you tried to use it, something bad would happen. That's what you're picking up on it.
I'll kind of like explain that to the other casters, intelligent people. Like, I don't want this. With
Oh, but wait.
oh, there's more.
Maybe you do.
Hold on a second. There's more.
I'll
Because
hold it.
while all of these weird pieces, all the weird origin of this and the make of it stand out, this is still a ring of bestial friendship,
Oh.
a 600 gold item
Jesus.
that allows you to once per day for 2 actions cast Charm heightened to 4th rank on an animal or beast within 30 feet.
Dope.
If it succeeds, it forms a mental bond between you and the target for the duration of the charm, which allows you to remain aware of the creature's present state, its direction from you, its distance from you, and any conditions affecting it, so long as you are both in the same plane and are both alive. If you fail to affect the creature with the charm, or once the charm ends, or if it's been counteracted, the creature becomes enraged and is immune to the ring's charm from that point on.
Yikes.
The creature's
this-
rave drives it to attack you, and there's a +1 item bonus on all checks and DCs to do so for an hour.
Is this Eric?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we think that he... Baron, do you think that he sicked this beast on Shadow Shield?
No. I think I think this guy was a poacher, and he might have been trying to track or collect the owlbear, and met his
He didn't make it.
his end. No, he fucked around and found out, as they say.
I've heard this saying before.
Mm.
I
Mhm.
think I simply left the city undefended.
We'll get to that. Speaking of the city, should we get back?
We could send some of us back, while the rest check out this.
I need
Arthur
to look
and
at
I
this
could go back.
Lavash Tuzilla. I need to know more about him. Or her.
I want to thank you for your help.
Of course.
Yes, thank you.
You looked like you needed it, and I was in the area.
We for sure did. All right.
Do you mention Elga
Not
out loud?
not
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
Green hair is like the hair we found on the Stag Lord.
Yeah. Clearly, I mean, that's a tie to two of the things that have been terrorizing us, the Stag Lord and now the Owlbear, so.
Why would this man have it on him?
I don't know.
Some bandit thing?
Nah, probably bigger than that.
I can like take the hair off of the ring.
No, the ring
It
is
looks like
made
the ring
out
is
of
made
hair.
out of hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
But seems like it could sell for some stuff, you know?
That's a pretty sweet magic item.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
How long does charm last for?
The
I don't know.
Does it have to be on your spell list?
Because this
Oh,
is just,
cool.
this is not like a scroll. This is a just full on magic item.
Nice.
But you did learn about the downside of it, which is that when it fails, whoever it affects instantly upset at you and starts
Yeah.
to attack you.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Can you just take the ring off then?
It's lasts an hour.
that's why I thought charm is an hour. Yeah.
Mhm.
Dang.
And it gives you bonuses to essentially. I don't have command animal or anything like that, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't.
Down the road.
Down
Well,
the
and
road,
I
this-
was looking at.
Yeah, and this ring allows you to use charm on animals.
right?
Well, use
And
its
it
own cast.
essentially gives you bonuses to your diplomancy and whatnot.
Yeah. So you find that plus the other stuff. You know, you got a few runes popping around. Now,
Yep,
what do you all want
those
to
are
do?
Nice.
You're all in the center of this. You're in this big ass fucking cave room. You've got the way you came in from the west, which has some shit in it. You've got the weird, like teeny little chasm tunnel to the south behind the pool of water, and then the sort of cavern to the northeast. Is everyone healed up, by the by?
I think
Oh,
he's
yeah.
missing
Mostly. Yeah.
I was
Okay.
undamaged, so.
I'm undamaged as well.
I need a little bit of myself. So
Yeah, I
want me
didn't.
to
I
do
decided
some
not to
tree
tank
wounds?
this fight.
Oh, that's
Heal me.
probably a good idea.
Mhm.
Do you want me to do some treat wounds on
Yeah.
somebody?
you do it on me.
All right, yeah.
Show me what you got.
I'll sneak and scout down this little
Go to the northeast.
hallway that I was in.
Gonna step in that water.
Additionally, I will say,
Mm-mm.
actually, Lauren,
Mm-hmm.
do you have the investigator like rebuild any of the rebuild the scenes sort of stuff, or do you have any
Mm.
interest in kind of trying to find out what you feel like may have happened here through
The
some investigation?
I was really curious on like why was this owlbear acting like it was when seeing it, like she said, this wasn't like a Lamash Tuzilla like she thought. It just seems like an owlbear.
It's 'cause cryptids aren't real.
That's very
That's
false.
from Oscar.
She immediately gets offended.
Yeah.
And so, but she'll do some healing, but then she wants to go and look at this owlbear and see like, was there something wrong with it?
Its head's missing.
Yeah, we'll make some checks.
Has no innards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
How
after you do
much-
this heal,
How much healing do you need? Like a lot or a
8.
little?
Oh.
Okay.
so go
Whatever.
for the DC
And he
15.
needs 6.
I'm gonna throw in a patch because that was a 1.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah.
Damage you first.
All right,
Oh, man.
that was a 2, but I have a plus 13,
Oof.
so I passed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly DC 15. So that's 2d8 healing.
Nikolai
Nice.
is like, you doing a good job.
It
Wow.
was 12 points of healing.
You're really stabbing that needle pretty far in that arm.
It's like the nurse that can't find the vein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Laku
Yes.
famously could only heal the Minotaur last time
That's
she was
true.
around.
That is true.
So it seems like she continues to struggle
I
with
don't know
humans.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
just don't get them.
Laku's
I'm
a
glad the
vet.
retching worked because I really wasn't sure.
That leather skin was fine whenever I was.
All right.
Do we all want to explore the cave, or do some of us want to go back? Or
Well, Give me a second because
Yeah.
now all of you can decide what your characters are doing during this, but I think Laku, I want to do a little
yeah.
bit of
Yeah,
some
yeah.
like scene exploration. Like
For
this
sure.
is
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of some like see the crime happening. So let's start with I'd allow your choice, and we can kind of get different things from each. Nature, farming lore, as you've mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
You said what's your other lore?
Tengu.
Dang it, yeah.
Yeah.
So nature, farming, perception, medicine will all give you potential different things here if you want to kind of take some time exploring this room and trying to piece things together.
Yeah, I will say
Aid.
with
Yeah, I'm gonna aid. My perception will be plus 12 if,
Oh,
we're,
did you say
if we're
8?
taking our time.
Aid.
Aid. Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, I'll definitely help out. I'm very interested in this.
I mean, one of the first ones is that if I do recall knowledge on using medicine on like examining a body, so specifically the owlbear, I can take half the amount of time. So
Is that forensic
Cool. So
acumen?
you can do it.
Yes.
Nice.
Cool.
You
So
can
yeah.
tell that Arthur chopped it into
And-
pieces.
Yes.
If I find anything with that check,
he still has
that'll
things to take from it too.
Affect your other
that'll
checks.
give me a circumstance bonus to my other check. So I'm going to start with looking at the
Awesome.
owlbear with medicine.
All right, do you want to assist with that, Jason?
Yeah,
I'll allow
yeah.
you to use either nature or medicine.
Okay.
Which one are you using?
Medicine.
Okay, what's your training? Expert?
Expert.
and
I
what'd you
got a
get?
28.
28. You're going to get a plus 3 on this, Lauren,
All right.
as you kind of examine the body. And yeah, instead of 10 minutes, it'll take you like 5 minutes to kind of look this over. Now, it helps that Arthur's already opened up a lot of the body.
Mm-hmm.
I only rolled a 6,
Field
but it's going to
dresser
be
for
a
ya.
21.
Is that with the plus 3 from Jason
Yes.
as well? Okay. Yeah, it's not hard. So you pick up a couple of germane pieces of information. This is a male owlbear.
Wow.
Um,
Look
You're
at that.
like, oh, that is a male.
you doing a piece of, like I imagine you do like a kind of a quick autopsy on a few things, and I don't know how you know this, but you know that this was a part of a mate. Maybe you can like tell due to some whatever, but like this was a mated owlbear.
There's some bruising I can see here. I think this was a mate.
And you can tell
This
that
owlbear is spent.
it got into a fight a few weeks ago. Like it has like sword cuts on it, some sort of human interaction that looked like it had healed up some and predate a little bit of what they've told you about the Shatter Shield timeline. So yeah, male, part of a mated pair, did have some sort of scuffle or like fight in. You find like a few old arrowheads in it and things like that.
Wait,
Is
so there's
there-
another one?
So
Icky.
thinking about these arrowheads and stuff, and that this dead person we found had a ring that
Mhm.
seemingly would have made it friendly with the owlbear, can I kind of make the leap of like, did this person attack the owlbear and then try to befriend it? Something along those lines. Like,
This is where a perception check. I'll let you. And no, you succeeded, so you'll get a bonus from this. If you want to make a perception check to kind of try to piece
Can
together.
I aid her perception?
100%. Go for it, Jonas. Yeah.
25.
And what's your training and perception?
Expert.
All right, so that's a plus 3 for you, Lauren.
all right.
Yo, yeah.
Additionally,
That's better.
anyone want to give me like a regional knowledge check? Yeah, Jonas, we'll kind of set this up. Because once Laku kind of like mentioned, did you mention any of the Eric things you knew of like, oh, I think maybe I heard this name?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Calling in a patch on a recall knowledge.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's either that or saves. I mean, what's more important, right?
Hey, I love when I get to reveal story.
29.
All right, so Eric is sinking in for you a little bit, Jonas, and you like connecting a few things. And I want to talk a little bit about Eric.
Wait, was this your lore check?
Yeah.
Stolen Landslore, yeah.
Oh, so that might be a
in middle
crit.
school.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about Eric. There is a hunter named Eric who had sort of become a bandit over time, made extensive use of trained and untrained wild animals and monsters in attacks on traveling merchants north and west of Hooktongue Slough. Slough. I wish I actually knew what the fuck that word was.
Sloth?
Slough.
Sloth.
Is it SL?
Slough.
Sloth.
Hooktongue Sloth. And so he had some way of training and taming animals. Maybe it's that ring. Maybe it's something else. All right. So what was your total perception check here, Lauren?
29.
29.
nice.
Oh, yeah.
Let me make sure that's actually true.
So you're gonna piece a few things together here. And I like to imagine this is one of those like kind of
Slew.
Okay, Hooktongue Slew.
Oh, there you go.
Learn something new every day. So this is, I imagine, like one of those investigator things. You can almost kind of see it. You could see like flashes of piecing
Or
it together.
slough.
Eric and several other bandits. And you, if you're looking around the room, you can see some footsteps that don't seem to match this group in here that have come in here. You see this, let's see if I got it right. Yeah. You see like maybe you're imagining Eric using this ring to try to tame this owlbear. It kind of almost has it. You see that it works, and then you're noticing another set of footprints in here that look like an owlbear but look wrong. You're seeing another owlbear come back. Maybe it's the mate that was missing. And you see that the mate senses something is wrong. Maybe it's this odd energy that Jason picked up or that Nikolai picked up about the ring. And attacks everyone, seeing that something's wrong with its mate. You see the bandits and Eric slay this other owlbear. And actually, as you look now, you can see remnants of this body, parts of another owlbear skeleton in the lake to the south.
Is it Beaky?
The size is pretty big. You're not sure. Could be
Okay.
Beaky, who knows?
Shaq's wife is real short.
Because I'll re-kill this person.
That's all I'm saying. She's real short.
And you're piecing together, you're seeing, now that maybe seeing its mate get killed, this owlbear breaks free of its enchantment, kills Eric, slaughters the others, grieving the death of its mate. It sets out into the wilderness looking. And all of a sudden it kind of sinks in. You see all these pieces settle in together and think, well, this is your theory. Maybe that could have been it.
Right. And so she talks this out to everyone about, like, I think this was, he was mated and he got tamed. She knew something was wrong. She attacked. Eric et al. Murdered her. And then knowing that he managed to break free of his enchantment and was just wreaking havoc in just depression and taking it out on the world.
As you're
Yes.
saying that, Nikolai's mind kind of drifts to all the people that we've lost in the last, like you saying that set in to the amount of loss that we feel. It all of a sudden sets on.
Yes, it killed my mummy.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
No, it's okay. And he starts cutting off the talons one by one.
Jesus.
Wow. Can I get one of those to carve up?
Yes.
Please. Thank you.
All right. Now you saw this whole dungeon around you. What are you going to do?
Oh, I mean, I'm going to search this dungeon.
Yeah.
I hope that picked up. I hope that was loud enough.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In case you didn't, what'd you say?
Well, I think we should probably... Baron, I think we should be swift, but let's clear this place and then get back to town.
All right. Let's be quick about it.
All right. Now I believe, Lucky, you probably caught and observed parts of this, and you were scouting to the northeast. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right. So, what's your stealth bonus?
13, I think.
Sure. So you slip quietly to the northeast. As you're kind of getting closer, it opens up into a room maybe about half the size of this cavern you were just in, so pretty big.
Okay.
And you just hear
God damn it.
and buzzing of flies fill this 20-foot high cavern. At the eastern edge of it, you can see a wide ledge that's running along the wall, like 15 feet up off the ground, almost sort of like imagine like a little balcony ledge,
Okay.
but it's, carved out into the rock. There's the tunnel you came in, and then sort of immediately to your left, off to the west, there's another tunnel, sort of arcing northwest. Imagine almost sort of following the profile 15, 20 feet away of the large cavern room to
Okay.
the south of it. You can see now where the rest of that other owlbear was.
Wow.
You see the carcass of a giant beast, and there's in here now half a dozen torn apart humanoid bodies. You can see where the fight may have started here, ended up in this room, the one that Laku was talking about. All these other bandits are dead
Okay.
in here.
Is there enough of that owlbear left to tell whether or not it's Beaky?
It doesn't look
Okay.
like Beaky. Now, what's your perception bonus? What's your perception DC, I should say?
21.
24.
And what's your training in it?
Expert.
Okay, cool. MBD. Okay.
Did we all walk into the room?
No, this is just Lucky
Oh,
scouting.
Okay.
No, you're all fine. If something bad here happens, it's all Lucky's fault.
Yep.
I thought they were about to be mosquitoes.
I
In
was
that room.
I was about to do a whole
And I was
thing
like,
with
"Get the
Laku,
smoke
but
sticks out."
if we're not in that room,
Mhm.
then
I mean, I would come tell you guys. I think the other part of the battle went down in here. Want to come
Mhm.
check it out? Lots of dead bodies.
Arthur wants to sort of kneel down, say a quick
You
quick-
dick.
That's a slip for
Quick.
sure.
prayer to Ragathiel for guiding his sword in his quest for vengeance.
Sure. I imagine there's a small bit where like there's an odd little part of the blade. 'Cause I remember your sword is forged out of a bunch of old holy and unholy symbols, and I imagine there's some like weird stirring in it as that prayer happens. Like a small flame of the flame rune just curls up the sword, kind of puts itself out
Nice.
in response. Your armor looks really shiny.
Hell yeah.
All right.
as we walk, assuming
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
go
think
check
so.
out that room. As we
Mhm.
walk towards the room, and Laku starts to hear the buzzing,
Mhm.
she is walking next to
Nikolai.
Nikolai. Thank you.
Mhm.
And she grabs your arm like a little too tight. Her talons are digging into your flesh, and she's like, "Do you hear that? Do you hear the buzzing?
Yes.
Do you hear it?
That
Oh.
really
Do you hear it?"
hurts.
She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out this pristine white paper doll that has 6 arms crossed over its midsection as if it was praying. And she's like, "Do you see it? Do you see this doll?"
Have
Do you
we
see
seen
it?
this?
Yeah, we've seen it.
Dude!
You've seen several of them made to draw a curse out of you.
Yep.
Yeah. Where did you get this?
I got it 30 years ago. Here.
I forgot that Ryan wasn't a part of all that.
No, but I've listened to all this before, and I know that's like it's finally connecting. It's like where did you get that?
You're evil.
When I was a child, I was looking for a cryptid called the Mosquito Witch.
When you were a child, where
Yeah.
were your parents?
They were at the farm.
That's a great
They
question.
I'm
let
just
me
joking. I'm just
explore.
keep going,
Oh,
please.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, don't judge my upbringing.
Oh, what do you grow? What do you grow on the farm?
Well, my parents used to go beets and crops,
Oh,
and they
I
had
love
cows, but now I do apples, and my husband does glass work, and we run a cidery
you're
together.
right.
Oh,
That's very
wonderful.
sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yes,
Where is your husband? Is he here?
he's back at the
Does he
cidery.
fight? What's he
No,
doing?
no, he's just
Come
a glass
on.
blower. He's a very lovely artisan.
A lowly glass blower.
He's a lovely glass blower.
Oh, yes, I
Anyways,
imagine.
the doll. Where'd you get the doll?
So back when I was investigating the Mosquito Witch, it didn't seem to reveal anything. But I found this doll in my pocket after I went home, and I put it on a shelf, and I didn't really think about it. But recently, I've been hearing buzzing and seeing red eyes watching me in the distance, and I remembered this is what other people had reported happening with the Mosquito Witch, and when they had it was 30 years since they had seen her, and so it's been 30 years, so I figured it was time to come back and just see. I have some friends,
Can I
Gung
see
and
that doll?
Red. Sure.
And
Can
I
I
take
pet
the
doll?
doll and I say, Trent, give me your hand. And I take his hand like this,
Uh-huh.
and I make like a faux knife cut,
Oh.
and then I
Uh-huh.
set the doll right on his hand,
He points and says, "There was
and
a
then I get your hand.
recently we had the werewolf curse,
Oh,
and we
You
had
just
to
are
come
you
right out and say it.
cured?
We are cured.
Yes, all of us are
I-
cured.
all of
babe.
us are perfectly cured. There is no reason to worry about it
Yep.
ever
Is
again.
there like a lie?
Right, Lucky?
Am I
Mhm.
sure they're not?
Ever.
Am I sure they're not lying?
Ever again.
Jonas Jonas
Nikolai
looks at
will
you like
lose his
this.
powers if he lies to you. He thinks he's telling you the absolute truth.
You believe him 100%.
All right.
Jonas is
I
looking
rolled
like this.
your perception, sense motive. 100% believe him.
The way we were cured was someone took these paper dolls and put it over a cut in our hand and soaked the curse out.
Yes,
Her
it
name
hurt.
her name is Elga. She lives
Did she have a dog with her? Well, the dog would be long gone.
What-
It's been 30 years.
what kind of dog? She
It,
is
it was a big
uh,
white dog named Peaches. And I think
Peaches.
those dogs also had something to do with curse removing for some reason. It was a weird dog. I'd never seen one like it.
No, she doesn't have a dog.
I mean, she's got
However,
that scarecrow that barks
I
like a
have
dog.
heard
Yes.
barking and growling from her scarecrow.
Well, that's...
Is
is that a cryptid?
this Elga? Is she bad? Because Jonas was kind of in love with her.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's
I-
his thing. He likes toxic people.
I mean, it's been 30 years since I knew her. She was kind of a bitch. She didn't really like my whole cryptid thing,
That
and
sounds
so
like her.
Yeah, that's definitely her.
I
She's-
didn't like her. But
Yeah, that's her.
she was
great.
just searching for a friend of hers who ended up being murdered, and
Oh,
I think she buried her, maybe, and
Nikolai-
spent some time in the town afterwards. But I didn't keep in touch.
Nikolai pulls out the map that he's making, and he's like, "Here's her hut. It's like 5 miles from Shadow-Shield."
Is it sort of like similar to the area where I?
It's pretty far away.
Oh.
But like, I mean, certainly regionally, like, you know, this area is,
Mhm.
you've made it to this area, so it wouldn't be ridiculous for
Yeah.
someone else to have.
We all now live in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're gonna go there, though, it might be good to have us tag along because she seems like she could be very dangerous.
I'll go.
Not a fan of new people.
That sounds like her.
But it seems as
Same.
though we are bringing her into a kind of, I wouldn't say alliance with the nation, but she is becoming helpful to us.
She has aided us when it was needed.
All right. Now, for no reason, I feel like the main part of this conversation is taking place between Nikolai and Laku, with the occasional contributions from Jonas and Arthur as you're all walking to the northeast. So I'm going to say that your exploration activities for Nikolai and Laku are this conversation.
Shit shooting.
Now, what are the exploration activities for Jonas, Arthur, and Lucky as you're kind of heading in to this room to the northeast?
Traps.
Yeah, so perceiving. What's that bonus
Mhm.
for you?
Plus 12 if we're like taking our time. Plus 10 otherwise.
I'll stealth.
We'll scout.
I mean, you're all having a pretty slow conversation, so I certainly don't think you're going quickly. What's
Sure.
your
Right.
training in perception?
Expert.
So I think it's you first then who noticed this, Jonas.
Goddamn
Because
right.
as a few of you walk into this room, you look around, you see that this huge carcass, you see several other bodies, but you all of a sudden see them like start to move and twitch.
oh fuck!
Well, that's
yes.
cool.
Let's go.
But it's
It's
as
our
you
favorite.
step into this
Oh,
room.
did I refocus by the way?
You explicitly said you said a prayer once, so you
That's
refocused
true.
once.
Once, okay.
And we rested for 8 hours in here.
Are you saying I
Yeah.
get one
Yeah.
focus point back?
Correct.
Okay.
All right, so you stepped into this room, but I would like everyone to now
Mm-hmm.
go ahead and roll initiative for
Okay.
me.
I did say that I was scouting.
That's correct. So everyone take +1 on that.
Okay.
What do I roll for? Chat.
Perception. Yeah, I guess diplomacy if you really want to, since you were chit chatting.
Correct.
I genuinely feel bad. Oh, these new dice I got Jared are rolling terrible, and
Yep,
that
no.
eyeball's looking right at you
It
through
sure
it
is.
too.
That
It's
just
so
means
funny.
that it's going to come through when you need
Yep.
it
I
most.
hope so.
It
I
just
hope
means you
that's
got to
what it
break
means.
them in.
The eye is
Yep.
weighted to shittiness.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's,
no.
it's a weighted die.
All right.
they're really pretty though.
They are
They are.
fucking cool.
That is
Cool.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to me, folks. What do you got? On the
28.
table. 28. Can anyone beat 28?
32.
Wow.
Dang.
God damn.
I rolled a 19.
I rolled a 19.
Nice.
All right. Anyone
Wow.
else? What do you got?
26.
Okay.
Oh wait, 29. Because I didn't add the +1.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lucky Nikolai.
14.
Damn.
That's
Nikolai?
a natural 1.
Ouch.
24. So you have only 2 actions.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do crit.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I guess you do listen to this show sometimes.
I now try to listen
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
I was trying to catch up before
Yeah.
I got here.
Yeah,
but
we got a lot of episodes in, so
I think the
I'm
coolest
halfway
rule
through.
we have is our dying rules.
Yeah.
It's where you
those are fun.
where you don't tell anybody whether or not you're dying. It's like the best thing that we do.
So you step into this room. You notice at first, Jonas, as things start to twitch and move, and you're like, oh, fuck. But it's then almost as if the bodies, all of them twitching and moving, as if something leaves the body. And you see these spectral shapes just coming up and completely out of it. So right away, I'm going to need everyone to make will saves for me. As you see these basically spirits
I spent that patch on that last knowledge check.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Here it goes. Let's see what
Yeah,
happens.
no kidding, right?
Okay, that's not terrible.
All right. What do you got, Lauren?
28.
You're fine.
Me too. 28.
You're also fine. You're unshaken. by this.
22.
You are frightened 1.
I've been scared before.
Trent.
19?
Frightened 1, not a crit failure.
Okay.
Just barely.
18.
That's a crit failure. You are
Great.
frightened 3 as you
Oh,
see
great.
it now.
Wow.
Yeah, big jump there.
He doesn't like run away or anything, does he?
Do I lose my wounded
Well,
condition?
if I did,
Yes, 'cause you've
it'd be
been
okay
treated
'cause I
outside
lost
of
an
combat.
action.
So,
I said if I did run away, it's okay because I lost an action. So
Yeah.
I
that's-
couldn't
Well,
run
even
that
if
far.
you do run away, we'd be like, yeah, he's just doing his lucky thing.
Yeah.
all right. So you see this all of a sudden as they rise. It's almost as if they're locked in eternal battle. You see 2 giant owlbears fighting against this small horde of like bandits and trappers. Just even now you can feel the energy just sort of rolling off of it. And like as this maelstrom of like chaos and spectral violence is rolling across the room, some of like the swipes are coming close at you. You'll have a chance to act, but you do seem to be in the middle of a haunt. And the middle of you are in the haunt of a battle between these owlbears that you saw
Mm.
and these bandits.
So cool.
I was literally
Oh,
just about to say, was this
wow.
a haunt?
Yes.
So cool.
Oh, yeah.
So these are specters, not necessarily undead.
Spectre. I mean, they're spirits. They're not like undead. Yes, they're not like
Damn
necessarily.
it. I was going to lay on hands some bitches.
And slap.
yeah.
Just heal
Is
the room.
there... So I feel like this is caused by the unrest of the owlbears. And so my thought is like, if I look like I'm trying to help the owlbears fight the bandits, maybe that will help put them at ease.
Sure. So you got a couple options. You can make a allow like perception checks, or if you can think of a different check that would potentially let you get information about the haunt. And then or you could attempt to just blind, because there's a couple of skill things you can do to attempt to,
I'll just start with a
Result.
perception check.
Okay. This will be a secret check. What's that bonus?
Plus 12.
Oh, that's right. This is like wildly good.
Everything is basically plus 12.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely no problem here. You kind of see, you piece together your, not Inquisitor, your investigator's mind. You have a couple of options. You think religion check, you could just exorcise this. Like, this is a haunt. There is a chance to just like divinely exorcise it. Additionally, you do feel like a lot of this is being kept here by the force of will of the spirits of the owlbears. And so if there were a way to like empathize with them and calm them to sort of compromise the haunt, you could potentially make nature checks to try to empathize with the spirits, the strong emotional spirit at the core of this haunt.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's one action down. You got 2 left. It is multiple successes on either. You don't know how many of successes are necessary on either to disarm essentially this haunt. Just disperse it.
Yeah, can I go ahead? I'll do a nature to try to empathize with the owlbears.
Yeah.
And then my third action, can I just try to aid Nikolai on a religion check?
That sounds great.
All
Yeah,
right.
go ahead and make that nature check
So
as you're trying to like commune with them, use all that kaiju knowledge.
nature's a 15.
Total?
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard. They're so kind of caught up in all this. All right.
And then the...
You'll
What'd I
keep the
say?
aid until it's
Oh,
his
right.
turn. I always like to
Yeah.
kind of, that way we don't forget about it.
Yes.
Arthur, you kind of see this. You're watching this battle play out.
Mm.
I don't know. Out of curiosity, how's it making you feel to be like, oh, the thing that I killed? Like, maybe not wrong, but how do you feel about seeing like sort of the origin of what drove this creature, it itself seeking revenge against the world, if you will?
Yeah, I really don't think he feels too bad.
Sure.
It killed his mother, and whether that was the result of, something that needed to happen for the owlbears, he doesn't really give a shit.
Sure.
Wow.
He
Arthur's a simple guy.
he needed to exact vengeance for what happened to him.
Yeah. Arthur is not here for the moral complexities.
No. He's not much about any complexities, to be quite honest.
Arthur is an ideal soldier for a general.
Yeah.
Simple man.
So
What's that line from Forrest Gump? If it weren't a waste of a perfectly good enlisted soldier, I'd promote you.
yeah. I can't like add additional bonuses if I aid as well, right?
So aid is the same type. What you could do would be your aid. Two people could aid, and you could take the better
Could
of
be
the two.
higher. Yeah. I think he will delay until after Nikolai.
It's classic for a reason. Jonas.
I think I'm also going to delay until after Nikolai.
Well, you've all delayed long enough where this haunt is going to get to act.
Oh, great.
The spectral violence churns, flashes through the room, targeting 3 separate creatures with ghostly claws, beaks, swords, and arrows. At the end of the haunt's turn, it takes its spectral uprising as well. Okay, so let's go ahead. I'm going to pick, there's 5 of you here now. I'm going to roll a d6. On a 6, I re-roll. Well, that's a 6. That's a 2, so it's going to be Lucky, Nikolai, and... Jeez, wow. Nope.
Okay, you got to throw that dice away. That's too many sixes.
That's a lot of 6s.
There's
That's
a lot.
suspect.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I re-rolled a ton of 1s and 2s I already rolled for Jason and Jared.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
And
Very
so
conveniently
yeah,
screened
sure.
rolls.
So Arthur, Jared, and Jay. So Arthur, Lucky, and Nikolai. Really just mixing player and
Yep.
character
Sure,
names there
sure.
all in one go. So here's the deal. You're going to get hit by these. It doesn't say they don't fall from map. So I'll go in the order that I rolled them, which was Jason, Jared, and then Trent. So here's the first one. Ghostly attack. So Jason gets you 35 to hit. Crit. Ooh.
Oof.
God damn.
Can I liberating step that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is going to be 40 points of negative damage.
Okay.
Ugh.
I do take that as a character.
Yes.
Reduce that by
As a character.
reduce that
I
by
get that
7.
reference. So yeah, take 33. And then you're going to take a 2d6 bleed.
Oof.
All right. Lucky. Ghostly strikes hit you next.
Nimble dodge.
Okay, 23 to hit.
That's a miss.
With nimble dodge?
With nimble dodge.
Nice. You
Dang.
nimbly dodge out of the way.
Yeah.
And finally, Arthur at you. I rolled really well. So it's still, even on third map, it's 27 to hit.
That's a hit, not a crit.
Okay. Yeah, it's just calm down, okay? Not everything is the owlbear fight again. Oh, and I rolled really horrible, so that's going to be 10 points of negative damage.
Is it negative is different than void?
Oh, no, this would be void.
So 8 damage.
That's right, because
I
it's
have
spectral.
resistance 2.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I was frightened 3, so it hits me.
Oh.
You're fighting 3?
Aw.
Ooh.
That's right.
It's not good.
So it
Womp
does hit.
womp.
Thank you for being honest.
I just remembered the frightened 3.
Here you go. Days since last hull breach.
Oh, okay. Worth it.
And you'll take 22 points of void damage plus a d6 bleed as well.
Okay.
All right, so we're coming out of the delay. It's Nikolai's turn. Arthur or Jonas, you can jump in or you can let Nikolai go.
I'm going to let Nikolai go.
I'm going to let Nikolai go
Okay.
just to see. And if it doesn't work, I'm going to light everything on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, you always can. You can always defeat haunts with combat. It's just brutal. All right, Nikolai, it's your turn.
Nikolai
It's all on you.
puts his hands up and closes his eyes. He's taking some damage, but he's just trying to stay calm
Mhm.
and starts to pray to Erastil to make these scary haunts go away.
All right, so that's going to be an aid. Lauren, roll that. What are you aiding with? Religion?
15, yeah.
Okay, that's the DC in remaster is 15 for
All
aid.
right.
So you'll get a +1,
Okay.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
It's better than +9.
despite the rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jason. Erastil is here.
24.
Not enough.
Was it a low roll?
Ish. Was
And you're an expert in religion, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. You must
No,
have.
I'm only trained in religion. Religion is actually, like I
Oh.
said, he's a homeschooled Erastil
So you feel
follower.
like you don't quite have the religious knowledge, and it's sort of
Yep.
bouncing off of that.
Okay.
I will try.
Well, you still have 2 actions
Yeah,
left.
can you make a nature one now?
Are you an expert in nature?
I am. That's what, yeah.
So you're gonna pivot over to that.
Okay.
All
Still
right.
hands up, praying.
Instead,
Oh,
now
shoot.
you're like changing it to the empathy. Like,
Yeah.
okay, you know what? I don't know all the like this. I can't remember which book of Erastil this is in. Ooh,
That was low.
Damn.
tiger patch, even an animal patch
Hmm.
for the animal moment.
15.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Okay, not quite. You've got an action left. There's no map on these checks.
So can I do it again?
Yeah, you want to try to nature. No, you are an expert, right?
Yep.
You do feel like, okay, you could do this, but it's a little out of your reach.
Deep breath.
Connect with the owlbears.
22.
Not quite, but almost. You're so close.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, who's in
I'm
next?
gonna jump in and I will.
All right,
I'm
Ryan.
gonna hop on the nature train as well.
Wait,
I'm
if
an
you-
expert
if
in
you-
nature.
If you keep delaying, then I'll aid you.
Okay, I'll delay one more time so Lucky can aid.
Or just
I'm
am
gonna
I
delay.
next?
You aid me,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
we'll go.
Arthur, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'll delay.
Okay,
Continue to delay.
Lucky.
Okay. Now I'll pull out a potion with my first action, and I'll aid with my second action.
All right,
Nature.
because you critical, you critical
yeah.
initiative failed.
Yeah.
All right, nature. So go ahead and roll it because we know we're going right into Jonas's turn. Roll that aid.
All right. That's
What's
my nature.
are you an expert in nature? Lucky.
No, I'm just
Okay.
trained.
That's fine. Just knowing so I can.
Yeah. 23.
Okay, you get a +1, Jonas.
Jonas is gonna cast guidance on himself and then roll this nature check.
All right, you're an expert.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 10.
23.
Is that with the +1 from guidance?
Yep.
And with the +1 from
Mhm.
Lucky? Really close.
Oh wait, 24.
All of a sudden you feel it, like you feel this weird moment, like one of the owlbears like makes eye contact with you and it like twitches for a second, like it's broken out.
I've been rolling 9s and 10s like
All right.
constantly.
That's a success.
Oh sweet.
You've got one more action because guidance is one
guidance.
action.
Oh, guidance is. I will.
Just gonna jump back in?
Jump back in with more Nate.
All right. So,
So this is
guidance
going
is gone.
to
I
be
roll.
flat by itself.
So we know from success you need at least a 12 or higher, basically.
Okay.
Got this.
Nope.
Okay.
Bad.
I will enter.
And then my frighten ticks at the end of my turn, right?
Yes. So yeah, everyone's who's had a turn, their frightened ticks down. So you should be frightened 2 now. Everyone else is probably not. Arthur, buddy.
Yeah, Arthur is going to almost like step forward and sort of say, General of Vengeance, I know that I have asked too much of you already, but these creatures, whatever they are, the vengeance has already been sated. Let it calm. And he's going to attempt a religion check.
Are you an expert in religion?
He is an expert in
shit.
religion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Real big Arthur moment here.
Yeah. That is a 27.
Oh,
Yeah.
just shy.
Oh, the religion is
Oh.
higher.
Oh,
Yeah,
religion
the
is
religion's
higher.
Damn.
Dang.
You just feel it.
I mean, whatever. I'll do it again. I probably won't roll higher than that. That was a 17.
Hey, you never know.
Yeah.
Never know. Never know.
Natural 20.
I'll just try it
Let's go.
3 times here, I guess.
Yeah.
Nope. And nope.
All right. End of the cycle. Everyone make me another will save. It's just this overwhelming.
Oh, we take bleed damage too.
Oh, yeah. Bleed damage. Jason, I got you. You take 10 points of bleed damage. Jared, you take 5. Trent, you take 2 points of bleed damage.
Oh, okay.
And then will saves all around for everyone as it's terrifying to observe.
26.
Shit.
You're fine.
I'm going to patch this.
Actually, no, you're frightened 1 at 26.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the frighten value for a 12?
3.
Frightened 3. And who patched this?
I did.
What's your new number, Trenton?
19.
Yeah, you're only frightened 1.
22.
Frightened 1. Well, so you just
So
stay at
back-
frightened 2.
Stay at 2. Okay.
19.
Frightened 1. And frightened 3 for Jonas.
Just for fun.
All right, Laku, it's your turn.
So Frighten 1 removes an action.
No, frightened 1's just a -1 on basically
Mhm.
everything.
Oh, okay.
And then it goes away at the end of your turn.
Nice.
Yeah.
Seeing how much damage Nikolai took, do you want some battle medicine?
I mean, I wouldn't say
Oh,
no.
battle
Okay.
medicine.
Now, he is a human. Is that going to be a problem?
Uh-oh.
Oh, sorry, a half
It
elf?
might be a
Oh.
no. He's a
Human. This could be a problem.
Disadvantage.
We're just gonna try and see what happens.
This is that big moment, folks.
Definitely gonna be fine. Okay, it's fine.
Oh,
yeah. That's
yeah.
pretty good.
It's a 23.
okay.
So just a
2d8.
2d8.
success. It's 2d8, but it is because I have.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where is it? It's a medic thing.
There's so
I
many
have
of these.
forensic medicine, and so when I use battle medicine, I get additional hit points equal to my level.
Oh, cool.
Heck yeah.
Oh,
And
shit.
also, you're only immune for 1 hour, not 1 day.
Perfect.
Oh, shit, that's cool.
Very cool. So 2d8
Plus, what rank are you all now?
5.
What level? Sorry,
Plus
you're
5.
level.
Yeah, 5.
Oh, gross.
Level.
No, try.
Terrible rolls. It's only a 9 hit points.
That's all right.
Better than, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's a number.
So
So-
that's probably your whole move. One action
No,
to get over,
so-
one action to do that.
No.
Oh, do you have?
It's I have doctor's
Yeah.
visitation.
Yes.
So I can use that and I get a stride and battle medicine
It's
All
such
right.
a good
for 1 action.
so you
yeah.
stride over, stitch up. Nicola, you got 2 actions left. What do you want to do?
Gonna go ahead and just hit these nature checks. I'm only trained, so can I still do it?
I
Or
mean, it doesn't seem like you'd be able to be successful.
okay, so then I will just
You can aid.
Yeah, is the best Nikolai or
Given that Jonas
Trent?
is frightened 3,
I think
Nikolai.
Maybe.
but Nikolai's next in the order.
Maybe
if
it
that
depends on
matters.
Yeah,
what you're.
Nikolai's probably
Are you an expert
I have-
in?
I'm not an expert in nature or in religion.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, Nikolai's probably the best bet. He's got a strong nature bonus. You already have a success
Can
on
I
the
actually?
nature track.
Because I have 2 actions left, so can I do aid Nikolai, aid Arthur?
You could set both up, however, that it requires your reaction. So if you did that, you'd
Oh,
have
yeah.
both options, but you could only act on one.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I guess I'll just assist Nikolai,
All right. Well, to find out how that
Hey.
goes,
and I'm no longer frightened.
tune in next week.
What?
Boo.
Sorry, I got to load some dice.
The Live to Die podcast is a production of Live to Die Gaming. Follow us on social media at Live to Die Pod. Want to support us? Check us out at patreon.com/live to die pod. Thanks for listening. Tune in next week for more.